Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sean Baker, and I'm here to present to you, can you truly place a monetary worth on life after death? After the devastating day of 9/11, the government made a compensation fund for those families who lost a loved one due to the attacks. The most effective way to satisfy the families of 9/11 is for the government to compensate each family equally. Today, I will be discussing three main points. Those points are: do you believe you can put a price tag on human life? How would you feel if you lost someone in an economic tragedy such as 9/11? Though being compensated may be a financial relief, it will never bring back what they lost. Do you find it difficult asking yourself the question, how much is human life worth? Do you believe that you can put a price tag on human life? According to the New York Times, if you are a victim to losing a family member to an accidental death, an economist will calculate how much they would have made and you will receive that back. There is economic damage from a wrongful death. The value of a person's lost life work is evident from a New York Times article, Putting a Price on the Priceless, One Life. Stop. The New York Times made a valid statement pointing that the economy will face a lot of problems rewarding families of high profession versus biased families like African American and women who weren't given the same chance. Furthermore, along with the financial impact that comes along with losing a loved one, how would an individual cope with the emotional devastation? How would you feel if you lost someone in an economic event such as 9/11, only to be compensated less than other families? In support of that would be Cornell University Law School, Social Science, and Law. Imagine being in poverty already in an everyday struggle. When a parent of yours dies or a relative in an economic death, only for the government to give you a small portion of what you could have gotten if they were still alive. Not only speaking money-wise, you could have lost a lover, a friend, someone you could always talk to, and now they're gone because of this economic death. In support of that, there was an article by Nicole Pelletier called 911, Love Lost. It speaks on the widows of 9/11 and how they wish they were able to speak on what they felt and other things when they were still alive. Traditionally, courts have determined damages for wrongful death by calculating the monetary amount the victim could have provided for his or her surviving family members. All of that will be based upon income at the time of death and average work-life expectancies. Also taking into thought things like health, diseases, and other stresses that the victim may have went through. Katrina and Kenny Marino were once a couple up until the vicious 9/11 attacks. They met in the airport. They had been married for a little over 2 years and had 3 children. Family is everything, so to lose a loved one in such a tragic way is just sad. Though being compensated may be a financial relief, it will never bring back those loved ones that were lost. In support of my previous statement will be CBS New York. Money or any materialistic thing will never fill the holes that the families now have in their hearts. But what money can do is help the family for more prudent reasonings. Michelle Hirsch was a student nearby the Twin Towers when they fell. All the debris eventually led up to her getting cancer, which is why she was compensated by the federal government to help her pay for her bills. Economic damages are things that theoretically can have dollar objective value attributed. Sean Booker was a technician on the 93rd floor when the towers collided. His eldest son was only in kindergarten at the time, and now he's about to start attending college. Thanks to the compensation his son acquired, he is now able to be a college student. In total, the things we spoke about today were: do you believe that you can put a price tag on human life? How would you feel if you lost a family member in an economic tragedy as 9/11? And finally, though being compensated may be a financial relief, it will never bring back what they lost. Thank you for listening to my speech, and my name is Sean Baker.